Hey, Suzanne here with Caregiver Haven again. We talked about the 2 reasons why you burn out. Just 2 reasons. And I promised you that if I could keep these 2 reasons alive, I could burn you out no matter how strong you think you are. So, what is it about caregiving that manifests these 2 factors that cause such a burnout? And to repeat, number 1, one of the problems with caregiving is that everything is in a constant state of change. The Mastermind Membership Club was built around this very issue, to always be there for you in the change. What you have to understand is that when things are in a constant state of flux, it makes for never-ending exhaustion in decision making. What do I mean by that? I mean that every time you get something set up, it's going to have to change and you have to make another decision. The problem is, we never seem to get ahead of the caregiving decisions. Where we want stability, we can't find it. Take Eileen, for example. She had her mother and her father-in-law in a perfect place, or so she thought. But not that they weren't enjoying it. They thought it was too expensive. Then they got her husband involved and he started listening, and then the whole family felt that they should be moved out of the place. Where? Well, no one was coming up with any offers to take them. Eileen was at her wit's end, but she had us to walk her through it and take the very next steps. Her problem was solved. Everybody was happy. Eileen could move on. And then there's Greg, who had everything legal and financially set up for his mother. But then his mother started giving money away and spending more than she really needed to. Now he had to redo everything that had just been done and wondered if he should take over the finances himself. But we showed Greg that all he had to do was tweak a few things and not start over. This was not going to cost him a new attorney fee. Change is so common. And I know how you feel when you wake up every morning with the best laid plans and then things go awry. Why is this so difficult? It isn't because we walk through your caregiving journey with you and show you the changes, but we show them to you before they occur so you don't have to go back and redo them. The next most important thing that you have to realize is that you're going to burn out because one of the things we often experience, and caregiving is riddled with this, and it grows ever so slowly like a cactus. And we don't recognize it until it is too late. And if you remember, we also talked about this. It is the positive reinforcement all relationships must have so they can avoid burnout. Now let's look at some examples. Debbie is a member, and Debbie loved taking care of her dad. She enjoyed their time together. She worked hard on her day job, but came home every night to find that her dad had made them dinner. She loved his company, but one day Dad had a stroke. His personality changed, and Debbie felt that she had lost him. He came home as a different person, and now Debbie could not get the enjoyment she once had out of her dad. She felt guilty that she felt this way. We knew what Debbie was feeling. We see it over and over again, the guilt. But we showed Debbie that it didn't need to be this way, and now she is on solid footing again. Joanne is another member, and she had another issue. Everyone ran all over her. She was pulled in different directions. She had no time to herself, and she was a people pleaser. The problem was Joanne's health was starting to suffer. This is when her son called us and asked us to help her. Since Joanne was a member, we went into full gear for her. While we didn't want to push Joanne to be stronger about setting boundaries, we could show her what it looked like. We did this for her until she could do it on her own. Susan is taking care of her husband. He says terrible things to her, but some days he is a sweetheart. She doesn't know if she needs help with him or not. We had her do a full assessment on her ideal days and what they would look like. We had her look at her own life and her own friends. Did she need help? Of course she did. Not for her husband, but for her. Charlie, John, Lisa, and Kathy have become fast friends in our Caregiver Haven community. They rely on each other. They build each other up. They know we are not here to complain, but to find solutions, brighten our days, and laugh. And we laugh with them. When all our happy members have something to deal with outside their scope, they call Kat, our membership coordinator, who has the resources to find them what they need. Kat is never more than an email or phone call away from helping. All the presets to great caregiving. The guides are found in your webinars, your emails, your ebooks, private Facebook group, the products we give you, the resources we have for you. We will prepare you before you find yourself in crisis. We stop the overwhelmment. We find your calm again. What is it that our members have all in common? At Caregiver Haven, we face the truth. We know what's ahead. We are out in the open with this caregiving thing. We no longer keep it in the dark ages, trying to do it alone. We have the strength and the power to get the help from Caregiver Haven and the group of caregivers who show us what success and strength look like. We look at both the ever-changing events and the decline of our loved ones. We know we can't stop the change, but we know what the future looks like for us. We find our own destiny and we maintain our own identities. We are caregiving strong, and only caregivers will ever understand this. So where do you start? You start with the #1 exclusive Caregiving Mastermind Club. We'll show you what to do next and how to stay ahead of your game. You'll see what the future holds. And an added benefit we never thought of but our members did, you'll find friends along the way. So click below to become a member of our exclusive Caregiver Mastermind Club today and grab this incredible savings. It's only good for today.